Hi, Capricorn. Happy birthday to my December Capricorns out there. Um, yes, we're still in Sagittarius season right now, but the planets are moving into Capricorn slowly. So we've got a lot of Capricorn energy happening already. Jupiter just moved into your sign today, and next up will be Mercury. And yeah. So we have this eclipse. Like, what else can I put on your table for you to deal with, Capricorn? So here's the thing. All of this is happening with the trining to Uranus that's going on in Taurus as well. Uranus is in Taurus right now. And a trine, that's just the relationship aspect in planets where they're actually working together. But with Jupiter trining Uranus, these two really like feisty planets, if you will, because they're both extremely feisty planets that really like a lot of change, are being watered down and tamped down and kind of flattened by the earth energy that they're in right now. So I feel like there might be a little bit of havoc that's going to be raised. And I think the earth energy is probably going to feel it the most, honestly. I mean, obviously, since it's all happening during this. But the biggest thing that I want you guys to remember this month is that it's really time to set your goals for long-term gains. And I talked to Sagittarius about this as well. I just did Sagittarius reading, and I talked to them about this as well because having receipts right now, and because everything that you really wanted to plan and you really wanted to do while Jupiter was in your 12th house, you were really having to uncover a lot of stuff that you didn't like about yourself that was stopping you from creating things. Whether that's like a relationship that went bad, or it was, you know, a situation, a person, whatever, right? So you had to deal with all of these things in your life while Jupiter was in your 12th house. And now you get to feel the benefits of it. And Jupiter in Capricorn is about the long-term stuff, right? Saturn, karma, things that we can have in our lives for a very long time. But we also have Pluto here. And we also have the eclipse that's happening in Capricorn. So there's going to be change first. And this Jupiter trining Uranus, there's going to be change first. And you guys will be affected with that change. And maybe this was my way of kind of sugarcoating it in a little bit. But I wanted you guys to understand why there has to be change. I didn't want to just come out here and be like, hey guys, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going on in your sign and blah, 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 blah. And good luck. Right? I didn't want to do that to you. You guys like to know what's happening before it's going to happen. Like, no surprises. I mean, I'm sure there are some Capricorns out there that like surprises. But for the most part, you guys really, I mean, you like the details. You're an earth sign. Taurus and Virgo like the details too. So this, and it might paralyze you. It might, all of this energy in Capricorn might be a little too much for you to handle. And if it is, it's perfectly okay for you to allow yourself to pause. And I know that we have had these paused moments a lot, but that having Jupiter in your 12th house in the last year, I mean, you kind of needed it. And you kind of needed permission to know that it was okay to have it, right? So the cards that we have so far, the first one that came out is the Hanged Man. So again, it's not that you're stuck. It's not that things aren't moving forward. This is an opportunity for you to assess everything that happened in the last 12 months. All right. Hold on a second. My computer is being funky, so just give me 1 second. I don't know what it's doing. It says the frames are being dropped, but I don't think it's skipping. So if it does, I don't know what else I can do for this right now. So hopefully, and it's such a great reading, I don't want to like ruin it. So I'm sorry if it skips a little. Okay, and then we have the Ace of Swords. So I feel like this paused moment for you, or this slow down in your life, which, you know, I mean, most Capricorns that I know, they don't like to, I mean, they just go and go and go and go. You guys are the goat, right? You do everything that you can to get to the top of the mountain. You have to always be ahead. You have to be like 3 steps ahead of everybody else. And right now it feels like you've actually fallen behind, or it feels like you're being forced to sit still. And the reason why this is happening is because the universe is offering you a gift of knowledge. By the way, the ring that I'm wearing that's handmade by a Capricorn, amazing, and it's so comfortable, and it's on sale right now too for Christmas. It's on sale, and it's so comfortable. But this, anyways, back to your reading. Speaking of knowledge, I just gave you a gift of knowledge. There you go. So the universe is giving you this gift of knowledge in order for you to begin manifesting things in your life for the long term. Like Sagittarius, Jupiter in Sagittarius was about like, where's the best and closest target that I have that I can like go towards. And then once we hit that target, now it's time to start planning for the long term. You know, we already have a glimpse of our future. We already have a glimpse of what we want to start creating in our life. And now it's time to really lay the plans out and be like, this is how I'm going to do it, while remaining present. If you're having a hard time remaining present, the meditation that I'll be doing on December 8th is going to be teaching you how to remain present. So if you want to register for that, it's on my website or in the description box. But remaining present in your life is going to allow you to manifest everything that you want. And this is what Jupiter in your sign is going to do for you for the next year, is seeing what is it that you want and how can you sustain that in your life? What is it that you want and how can you sustain it? That's what Jupiter in Capricorn for you guys is going to be asking you. Okay? And this eclipse is about removing things in your life that you don't want to fight about anymore. You're like, I'm standing my ground. You could be dealing with the Leo energy or even a Pisces energy. But we have the Strength card, and then we have the 9 of Wands. I'm going to get one more card down here, and then we'll start to clarify. But the 9 of Wands is about not wanting to fight anymore. Like, sure, you're still standing your ground. Sure, this is, you know, you've like staked your claim. Oh, but the more you try and fight something, the more it's going to resist against you. You're not going to get it. When you're trying to manifest something in your life, when you're focused on what you don't have, when you're exhausted, like you're at that point and you're like, oh my God, I just can't keep pushing. I just can't keep pushing. I just can't keep pushing. When you're stressed out, when you're exhausted, much like this guy in the 9 of Wands is, you will feel a sense of lack. And you didn't even get any further in the process, right? So you ask, Betsy, what do I do about that? How do I allow myself to get out of this lack mentality when I feel like there's nothing, where I don't have anywhere to go or what to do, or how do I do this, or blah, 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 blah. You put it to the side and you forget about it. And you say, all right, I've done everything that I can. I've done everything that I can. And I'm exhausted, and I don't want to be exhausted. I'm going to go take myself a salt bath. I'm going to have a glass of wine. I'm going to watch my favorite show. And I'm going to feel good for once today. That's what December is going to be for you guys. December is about allowing yourself to see that you've done everything you can. And now you have to take care of you. Because you're sort of being, whether this hanged man means you're getting sick, whether this hanged man means you had an accident, whatever the forced pause is that is being created in your life, whether it maybe you ran out of money and you can't travel for a while, like whatever it is in your life, right? That keeps you grounded, that keeps you in one state of existence. Whatever this hanged man, it could be a thought process. It's being forced upon you right now. No, and Capricorns do not like it when things are forced upon them. Oh, dear God. Like, no. But this is the beautiful part of it, you guys. Oh, This is why. You have 2 aces in your reading, and yet you still are in the 5 of Pentacles. Wah, wah. It's like that Debbie Downer on Saturday Night Live. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Wah, wah. I don't know who watches Saturday Night Live anymore. I know my ex-husband does. He's like he has to watch. It's so funny. He has to watch it. Even when it's really bad. But that Ace of Pentacles on the Hanged Man is very telling. You had to be forced into this so that you could see the light of day. That's what I'm hearing. For some of you, you had to actually be forced into the pause so that you could actually see what was coming at you. There's a gift of stability and a gift of knowledge that's just like it's just right there. But you can't see it if you are in a 5 of Pentacles state of mind. You can't see the direction to go. You can't see the information that was given to you, you know? And you want this so desperately too. It's almost as if, because the idea might not have been yours, it might have been somebody else's. There might also need to be a conversation. You might need to have a conversation with somebody too. There could possibly be about goals and stuff for the future, about what you're manifesting and stuff like that. But that Page of Cups, it makes me feel like you want more. And I want you to remove yourself from the Page of Cups mentality. I want you to recognize that it's not about wanting more. It's about being like acknowledging where you are here, acknowledging where you are today in your life and in your environment. And the better you feel about where you are right now, the more you can manifest in your life. But if you keep on thinking that your life is going to get better when, we've had this talk before, we've had this discussion before. And this is also going to require a level of bravery from you because you're in this stuck, quote unquote, I don't like to use the word stuck, but because you're in this forced pause and you're feeling stuck, getting everything you want and having those long-term goals is going to require something brave. You're going to have to take a risk. You're going to have to be brave. And I feel like that's really hard for you when you can't see why. You're like, why do I have to, what am I doing it for though? There's got to be a reason, you know? There has to be a reason. And I want to look at you and I want to say, the reason is yet unknown, is yet to be known. And that's okay. You don't have to know a why for everything all the time. When you have the why, then you're going to overthink the why. So let's see. Strength. Yeah, this is going to require a lot of bravery for you. And I think that that's a fear, right? You're almost defending yourself against having to put yourself out there in some way. Man, Capricorn. Okay, so I know that you're bruised. I know that you're bruised. I know that you feel like there's not, yet you still have this hope within you. It's like this little seed, right? It's like this little seed that's growing and growing and growing and growing, right? And now you're sort of starting to see where it's going to start to blossom, and it freaks you out because you're like, this is what I've been waiting for. And now I have to like actually put myself on the line for it. I got to show up. And it's not about you guys not wanting to show up. You always want to show up. But when you have to show up to something that is everything that you've always wanted and didn't even realize it, or maybe you do realize it and it's just really scary, and you've been hurt so many times in the past, so we have to remove the past experiences and throw them away. It doesn't exist anymore, Capricorn. Leave the past. Try a new experience without being scared, without thinking about it ending before it even begins. It's like when people say everything I touch turns to shit. You know, like when people say everything I touch turns to shit. I hate that. That's so annoying to me. Because I'm like, really? If everything you touch turns to shit, then maybe you should stop touching things and like figure your life out. Like go figure out your life. Having that kind of attitude, like everything that I do ends up going really, really badly, that's going to keep you stuck here in this Nine of Wands, always battling, and I know you're tired. And it's time for you to be able to rest, and that's what that forced pause is. The resting, right? And things are turning around, and this is where you have to have that faith. This vulnerability, this Fool right here, this guy has a lot of faith. He doesn't have a lot of reasons why, like a lot of reasons to have faith, but he's got them. I mean, he's about to walk off of a cliff, not knowing if there's going to be another like step down there or maybe like a net down there to catch him. Like he's just going, right? Got his little pack with him. He's even holding a flower, not a care in the world. And this is scary because you, Capricorn, are very poised. You don't do the scare. You don't walk off the cliff without knowing what's underneath you, right? And so there's that fear. There's that defensiveness or like not allowing yourself to see how freedom, how that requires a level of freedom and bravery and honesty with yourself, that you want to change your life, that you want to do better, that you want to achieve more. And see, and here's the thing, Capricorn, you've actually got a lot more than you realize. And I'm saying that not looking at your material items. I know some of you are very poor. I know some of you don't have any money. I know some of you probably don't even have a lot of family. You probably don't have, you know, I know a lot of you are physically lacking in your environment and people in your life, but you know what you do have? Well, you have yourself, right? And you have the support of the universe, which is more than anybody could really ask for. And I don't mean to be preachy when I say that. When you recognize truly with Judgment and the Six of Wands that you are winning in so many ways, the fight starts to crumble. Like there is no fight in it. You don't have to fight for survival anymore. When you start to realize that maybe the reason why things don't work out for you, or the things that aren't working out for you, is because those things aren't for you anyways. Maybe if you lose your home, that home wasn't meant for you. You were supposed to be somewhere else. Maybe if you lose your job, that job wasn't for you. You were meant to grow and evolve somewhere else. That's the state of mind that we're moving into. And the decisions that you're making right now, so the Two of Pentacles, now you could be dealing, the energies that you could be dealing with, we have Leo and Pisces, Aquarius, Aries, and Scorpio. And we have Leo again, so Leo energy. But that's neither here nor there. I feel like this is more about the decisions of how you're going to change your life. Because you don't want to stay, you already know. And that's fine. You don't want to stay put. You don't want to stay where you are. Nobody should ever want to stay where they currently are. Everybody should, like every day there should be a change in your environment, or a change in your, you know, when you stay exactly the same every single day over and over and over again, you program yourself to be in that. And that's why when there's a shift or a change and your body has that knee-jerk reaction and you start to get really, really anxious over something changing in your life, that's why that happens, right? Don't fight your future. You have decisions to make, and it's literally about how you are going to change your path and how you're going to change your life. And the more you resist it, the more you pay attention to the way things, the more you pay attention to things when they're not going your way, like everything that you feel is negatively impacting you in your life, if you continue to allow yourself to see that, like if you continue to allow those things to impact you in a negative way, it's just going to continue like that. There's going to be a lot of clarity and openness coming up for you. I think some things are going to be revealed that you just like, and you may have to walk away. The Sun, the Five of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. I feel like with some of that may be the reason, that may be what paralyzes you. But you have to see it as a blessing. Even if something is revealed to you, or you feel like you've been, what's the word I'm trying to think of? If you feel like you have been messed with in some way, like deceived in some way, right? If you feel like you've been deceived in some way and you feel like you have to walk away from something and that's really, really hard for you to do, now is the best time for you. Like this eclipse energy is literally going to open up a door for you to your future. And the glimpses that you've had for the last several months of what your future may start to look like is going, all that stuff is going to start solidifying for you as Jupiter transits your sign. But again, Jupiter is, yes, very benevolent when they're in a sign, but also with this Saturn and this Pluto and the Uranus trine that's happening, and we still have the South Node there, and like everything is happening this month, right? Don't force yourself. Please do not force yourself to do things, but also allow yourself to release when needed. Okay. I love you guys. Not going to be the easiest month for you. I really, that sucks. I hate that I have to say that to you guys when it's your birthday month, but there's just so much that's going on. And lots of changes, and the changes are going to be extremely beneficial for you. If not confusing right now, but beneficial in later on. If you do need a personal reading from me, most of my readings are on sale right now. If you need some help with meditation, the meditations are amazing to help get yourself centered. I feel like a lot of you might need some meditations. We do them weekly. You can register on my website or become a patron on Patreon and get it there. Other than that, oh, and the jewelry is also on sale if you want to get Christmas presents. These are for men and women. So yeah, the spiral pendants, and you can switch out the rocks. Plus you get my Reiki energy, and I love sending my energy to you guys. So I love you. Take really good care of yourselves. Bye.